Imagine a bank robbery, no masks, no alarms, no getaway cars, just keyboards and code. This isn't the plot of a futuristic thriller, it's the reality of modern cybercrime, where the battleground has shifted from the streets to the digital world. In this new era, the most dangerous criminals don't need to step foot inside a bank. They can strike from anywhere in the world, hidden behind screens. The Carbanak cybercrime group pulled off one of history's largest digital heists, stealing over $1 billion between 2013 and 2015. Their attacks sent shockwaves through the global financial system, exposing vulnerabilities that many banks never knew existed. Their reach spanned more than 100 financial institutions across 30 countries. No region was safe, and no bank was too big or too small to be targeted. The scale and precision of their operation stunned investigators. Carbanak's hackers didn't smash and grab. They infiltrated bank networks, living undetected for months. Patient and methodical, they watched and waited, blending into the digital background as if they belonged there. They studied employee behaviors, learned internal systems, and planned meticulously. By understanding the daily routines and habits of bank staff, they could mimic legitimate actions and avoid suspicion. Each heist netted millions, all without setting off a single physical alarm. The money vanished silently, leaving only digital traces and baffled investigators in its wake. Carbanak proved the biggest threats to banks aren't outside the vault. They're already inside the network. The real danger lurks in invisible code, not crowbars or explosives. Their attacks forced banks to rethink security, realizing that a simple email could bypass even the strongest digital walls. Social engineering became as powerful as any hacking tool. Once inside, Carbanak controlled ATMs, manipulated balances, and transferred money with a few clicks. They could make cash pour out of machines on command, or quietly siphon funds from accounts. Their success came from understanding not just technology, but banking operations and employee roles. They mapped out hierarchies, workflows, and approval processes to exploit every possible weakness. They didn't just hack computers, they hacked the business process itself. By blending technical skill with insider knowledge, they rewrote the rules of the game. With deep reconnaissance, their malware became a master key, unlocking digital vaults worldwide. The Carbanak heist was a wake-up call. In the digital age, the greatest threats are often the ones you never see coming. To understand Carbanak's weapon, let's break down malware. Malware, malicious software, is a digital tool for criminals designed to steal, spy, or destroy. It comes in many forms: viruses, worms, spyware, ransomware, and more. Carbanak used a custom Trojan disguised as a harmless file to sneak into bank systems. Once opened, the Trojan created a secret backdoor, giving hackers remote control. Unlike obvious viruses, Carbanak's malware was stealthy, hiding deep in the system. It quietly gathered information, remaining invisible to victims and most security tools. Malware is the modern criminal's crowbar, bypassing security from the inside. For Carbanak, it was the perfect tool to unlock a billion-dollar heist. Every major cyber attack starts with a single crack in the wall, a tiny flaw that goes unnoticed until it's too late. In the world of cybersecurity, these cracks are rarely dramatic. They're subtle, almost invisible, and often come in the form of a simple email. For Carbanak, that crack was spear phishing, targeted, convincing emails sent to specific bank employees. These weren't random spam messages, but carefully crafted communications designed to blend in with the daily flood of work emails. These emails looked legitimate, often mimicking colleagues or clients, and included seemingly routine attachments. The attackers studied their targets, learning names, roles, and even the tone of internal communications to make their messages believable. Employees, just doing their jobs, would open a document, unaware it was a Trojan. The attachment might be a report, an invoice, or a meeting agenda. Nothing out of the ordinary. The malware exploited software vulnerabilities, quietly installing itself. It didn't need flashy pop-ups or obvious warnings. It worked in the background, invisible to the user. No alarms, no obvious signs, just a broken file and a compromised computer. The employee might shrug it off as a glitch, never realizing what had just happened. This tiny payload connected the bank's network to Carbonac's command servers. Suddenly, the attackers had a foothold inside the bank's digital walls. The attackers now had a secret entry point, ready to expand their reach. From here, they could observe, learn, and plan their next moves without raising suspicion. Spear phishing wasn't about mass emails, it was about precision and patience. Each message was tailored, each target carefully chosen for maximum impact. Carbonac's emails were so convincing, even trained staff could be fooled. Security awareness training helps, but when an email looks perfect, anyone can make a mistake. With one click, the door to the bank was unlocked. That single action set off a chain of events that would compromise millions. The attack had begun, and no one inside the bank even noticed. Business continued as usual, while the attackers quietly explored the network. That's the power of a well-crafted phishing email. It opens the door without anyone realizing it, making it one of the most dangerous tools in a hacker's arsenal. With just a single computer compromised, Carbonac's real work was only beginning. This initial breach was their silent entry point, a tiny crack in the bank's digital armor that would soon become a gaping hole. The malware allowed them to quietly map out the bank's entire network, identifying every device, every connection, and every potential vulnerability. They were on the hunt for high-value targets, especially those with administrative privileges. Using stealthy keyloggers, they captured passwords as employees typed them and scanned for any credentials stored on machines. Every keystroke was a potential key to a new door. If employees reused passwords across different systems, the hackers could leapfrog from one machine to another, rapidly expanding their reach within the network. Moving laterally, they disguised their activity to blend in with normal network traffic, making it nearly impossible for security teams to spot the intrusion. The attack was unfolding in plain sight, yet remained invisible. Their ultimate objective was clear: reach a system administrator's account. This was the master key, granting them unrestricted access to the bank's most sensitive systems. With admin access, they could disable security protocols, create new user accounts, and take control of any server in the network. The power was now in their hands. Carbanak became invisible insiders, trusted by the system itself. They operated with the same privileges as the bank's own employees, making detection even harder. The infection spread quietly and efficiently, giving the hackers a godlike view of the bank's digital infrastructure. They could see everything, control anything, and no one suspected a thing. The stage was set for the ultimate heist, one that would shake the banking world to its core. With full access, Carbanak didn't rush. They watched and waited. They installed tools to record employee screens, learning every detail of daily operations. By observing payment processing and ATM management, they built a blueprint for theft. They learned who approved transactions, typical amounts, and internal communication styles. This surveillance let them mimic legitimate activity perfectly. They also studied how to erase logs and cover their tracks. By blending in, their actions looked like just another day at the office. The hackers knew more about the bank's workflow than many employees. When the time came, they were ready to strike without raising suspicion. The perfect crime was rehearsed in silence. When Carbanak struck, their methods were ingenious and hard to detect. They inflated account balances for money mules who withdrew the phantom cash before balances were reset. They hijacked ATMs, making them dispense cash on command to waiting mules. They used the bank's own payment systems like SWIFT to transfer millions overseas. Every move mimicked legitimate employee actions, bypassing internal controls. Transactions were timed for busy periods, blending into normal operations. By the time discrepancies were noticed, the money was long gone. Carbanak's thefts looked like routine business until the books didn't balance. The hackers turned the bank's own systems against them. The money vanished without a trace. For years, Carbanak operated like ghosts, leaving little evidence. The breakthrough came when a security firm investigated strange ATM activity in Ukraine. They discovered hidden malware and screen recordings, Carbanak's digital fingerprints. Investigators traced command servers, connecting global breaches to a single group. International cooperation led to the arrest of Carbanak's alleged mastermind in Spain in 2018. The operation combined digital forensics, intelligence sharing, and classic police work. While some members remain at large, the arrest sent a clear message. No cybercriminal is truly invisible. Even the most sophisticated attackers leave a trail. Law enforcement will follow it, no matter how long it takes. The Carbanak heist forced banks to rethink security from the inside out. Zero-trust models, network segmentation, and constant verification became the new standard. Employee training is now critical. Phishing awareness is the first line of defense. Regular simulations help staff spot and report suspicious emails before damage is done. For individuals, skepticism is key. Don't trust unexpected emails or attachments. Always verify requests through known channels, not contact info in the message. Use strong, unique passwords and enable two-factor authentication. Keep software updated to patch vulnerabilities. Good digital hygiene, caution, strong security, and updates protects everyone from cyber heists. Staying alert is everyone's responsibility. The Carbanak story is a warning. The biggest threats exploit human trust, not just technology. Cybersecurity is a partnership, robust systems, and vigilant people. Banks now assume breaches are inevitable and focus on rapid detection and response. Global cooperation proved that no one is truly anonymous online. As individuals, we face similar threats daily: phishing, scams, and data theft. A moment's skepticism can prevent disaster. Stay informed, stay cautious, and you'll be better protected in our digital world. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more deep dives into cybersecurity.